Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Thank you for your interest. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences. This one is about a thought experiment which the spirit world once did with me, and I learned a lot from that. So I was sitting on my couch, and sometimes I get a bit tired in the afternoon. So I don't want to go lay down and take a nap. I just close my eyes on the couch, and for 5 or 10 minutes, I'm out of here, more or less, half sleep, half awake, just taking a little nap. It was a moment like that. I closed my eyes, and suddenly I heard the familiar voice that I already know as I'm channeling them. They call themselves the Elohim, which sent me down a whole rabbit hole to find out who they really are, because I want to check the sender of whatever comes. And it sounded very Hebrew to me. And when I started researching, I found out Elohim is a Hebrew word, but it's a plural, means they are many, whatever they are. And it's falsely translated in the Bible always, where in the original Hebrew text appears Elohim. It is translated as God, as a singular, as if the one God. And that's obviously not true. You can look at videos from Paul Wallace and Mauro Biglino, the ex-Vatican Bible translator. They've done wonderful work on digging into the real meanings of Hebrew words and false translations and all this. You can find Paul Wallace on his channel, The Fifth Kind, and I can only recommend him. He's a great guy, a lot of good knowledge, and he's doing really good work, digging deep. So, I already perceived them as being a collective. I felt that they are many, but they are so united that they're not speaking like we humans all together and contrary. They are speaking with one voice, and this is the one voice I perceive in my head. And this voice said to me, would you like a thought experiment? I didn't even know what that was. Later I found out that many scientists use this in their imagination to walk through an experiment only by thinking, and they don't need to install devices and do it in the material. And I didn't know what a thought experiment was, so I said to this voice, oh, why not? Okay, let's start. And I perceived that they told me, imagine in front of your inner eye a white piece of paper. And imagine that you have some kind of pencil. And now we ask you to make 2 dots on this piece of paper, not too close together, and just with some distance, maybe one in this corner and the other one in the other corner, as you like. And then, when you made the dots on your piece of paper, we ask you to make the shortest connection between the 2 dots. So, more or less automatically, in my inner eye picture, I drew a line from one dot to the other one and thought, that's it, that's the shortest connection between two dots, between A and B, a straight line. And I sat there like a disciple or a pupil in school, thinking I solved the thing that was put in front of me, and I waited what would come from them. And then my inner eye picture changed, and suddenly I saw a cloud, like a cloud in the sky. And out of this cloud came two hands. And they took the piece of paper that was still lying in front of me, plain, two-dimensional with the two dots and the straight line. They took the piece of paper and they folded it together so that one dot connected with the other one. And then I heard a booming voice. When they want to make something really clear, they use this booming voice. I heard, "That is the straight connection." And in that moment, I understood so much. I understood that our brain is working only two-dimensional, like on a flat plane. It's doing what it has learned and how it works and functions. It's connecting the dots this way. And taking the paper and folding it is using everything that's here, like using the third dimension, the space, to even fold the paper and not stay on this flat surface where thinking is only going from left to right, like we have our two hemispheres of the brain, the left and the right. And it was fantastic to me because I thought, oh, okay, I'm not using my full potential. 3-dimension, you can bend space, and now it all makes sense with wormholes and portals and whatever. So I learned a lot from this little, I don't even know how to call it. Yeah, it's a thought experiment. You're visualizing something, and with the help of these pictures, that the hands were coming out of the cloud and folding the paper to show me what's the direct connection between two dots, I understood a lot. And tell you this one little hilarious thing. I told you already I'm interested in Sufi and the Sufi teachings by telling these little symbolic stories. And the Sufi have a wonderful saying that also shows that God is not a person. They say, God has no hands, so he needs our hands, that we lend him our hands to work through us. I really love that. And I encountered these hands coming from the heaven in several other pictures as well. So I call them by myself because we like to put names on something to have it in our grip. I call them the hands of God. And they showed me how direct connection really works. And this is so symbolical. We search for God or the divine or for answers outside. That's making a line from our heart to the outside. That's how we are trained and programmed to function, but it's only two-dimensional. So if you use space, the third dimension, and you fold it together, then you don't have to go outside, because the 2 points, they join right inside of you. If you do it inside of you, there you connect with your divine aspect. Okay, so much for that. I hope it helps or inspires, and I wish you all the best. Blessings, love and light on your soul path. Bye.